Hello friends, this is Mr. Vipul Sonsare. Once again welcome you in our new video lecture. Today we are going to see a new topic, that is terpenes and volatile oils. So what is meant by terpenes and volatile oils, along with the different types of terpene and their biological source, that we will see in the current video lecture. So the terpenes and volatile oils are extracted from the parts of a plant by 4 different methods. So first is hydrodistillation method, second is enfleurage, third is equilé, and fourth is using the liquid carbon dioxide, that is supercritical fluid. So by these 4 different techniques, the terpenes and volatile oils are extracted from the plant. Just see the classification of terpenes. So the terpenes are basically classified according to the number of isoprene units present in the structure of a terpenes. So isoprene unit is the diagram I have mentioned here, which has a molecular formula C5H8. So 5 different carbon and 8 hydrogens are there in isoprene units, and according to number of isoprene units, terpenes are classified into different types. So first is monoterpene, or simply known as terpene, which consists of 2 different isoprene units joined together. So 2 isoprene units means, of course, the molecular formula will be C10H16. The second is sesquiterpenes, which consist of 3 isoprene units. So molecular formula is C15H24. Third is diterpenes, which consist of 4 isoprene units. So molecular formula C20H32. Fourth is triterpenes, consist of 6 isoprene units. So molecular formula C30H48. Then next is tetraterpenes, or also known as carotenoids, which consist of 8 isoprene units. So molecular formula C40H64. Then next is the pentaterpenes, which consist of 10 different isoprene units. So molecular formula C50H80. And last is the polyterpenes, which consist of n number of isoprene units, more than 10. So of course the molecular formula will be C5H8N, where n indicate the number of isoprene units. So based on the number of isoprene units in the terpene structure, the terpenes are classified into different ways. Just see the occurrence of terpenes in volatile oils. So first of all, the caraway, the oil obtained from caraway consists of carvone and limonene as a terpene. Next, eucalyptus oil consists of cineole, also known as eucalyptol, as a terpene. Then next, the peppermint oil, which consists of menthol as a major terpene portion. Then next, the fennel, which consists of anethole. Then ginger, which consists of gingiberol as a terpene. Then sandalwood basically consists of santalol, and last is clove, which consists of eugenol as a terpenes. Just see the structures of different terpenes, because based on the structures, whether the terpene is bicyclic, monocyclic, or whether it is acyclic, the questions are asked in GPAT examinations. So just see the structure. So first is caraway. Caraway volatile oil consists of carvone and limonene. So just see the structure of carvone. So carvone is a monoterpene because it consists of C10 and H26, that is molecular formula of carvone. So it is, of course, it is monoterpene, and you can see here it is a cyclic monoterpene, a single cyclic monoterpene. Then next, the limonene also cyclic monoterpene, right? So consists of only one ring, so it is cyclic monoterpene. Next, the eucalyptus oil, which consists of cineole, or also known as eucalyptol. This is also monoterpene, that is C10H16. So if we see the structure of cineole is bicyclic monoterpene, 2 different cycles are there, so bicyclic monoterpene. Next, the peppermint oil, which consists of menthol as a terpene. So this menthol again cyclic monoterpene. Next, the fennel. The fennel basically consists of anethole. Anethole is again a monoterpene. You can see the structure. You can count the number of carbon as a 10. So anethole. So anethole is again a cyclic monoterpene. Next, the ginger consists of gingiberone as a terpene. So you can see the structure of gingiberone. It is a cyclic sesquiterpenes because consists of 3 different isoprene unit. Then sandalwood. Sandalwood consists of 2 different types of terpenes. So first is santalol. Just see the structure of santalol. So this santalol is bicyclic sesquiterpenes, consist of 3 different isoprene units, and it is bicyclic. You can see 2 different cycles here. So it is bicyclic sesquiterpenes. Then sandalwood also contains santalin. So this santalin, you can see the structure. You can here easily observe the 3 different cycles. So santalin is a tricyclic sesquiterpenes, consist of 3 different isoprene units and 3 different cycles are there. So it is tricyclic sesquiterpenes. Next, the clove. Clove oil contains the eugenol. So eugenol again monocyclic monoterpene, single cycle, and molecular formula C10H16. So it is monoterpene and cyclic monoterpene. So these are the different terpenes along with their structure. So just remember whether it is cyclic, monocyclic, or bicyclic or acyclic. So just remember the structure of each monoterpene. Next, see the lemongrass oil. Lemongrass oil basically consists of citral, which is in cis configuration, cis citral. So cis citral also known as neral, and this neral is acyclic. You can see here, acyclic monoterpene, whereas the trans citral is also known as geraniol, and the geraniol is also acyclic monoterpene. Just the arrangement of groups around the double bond is different in case of cis and trans. Here you can see, right? Cis and trans, the arrangement of groups around the double bond is different, right? So citral, that is cis citral and trans citral, both are acyclic monoterpene. Next, the coriander consists of D-linalol. So this D-linalol again acyclic monoterpene, D-linalol acyclic monoterpenes. Then coriander also contains the pinene structure. You can see here, right? You can easily observe 2 different rings here. So it is bicyclic monoterpenes. Next, the dill consists of carvone, and carvone is again monocyclic monoterpene. You can see here only one cycle, so monocyclic monoterpene. Then Juniperus sabina oil basically consists of sabinin. So this sabinin is bicyclic monoterpene. You can see here 2 different cycles, so it is bicyclic monoterpenes. Then cardamom basically consists of myrcene, and this myrcene is monoterpene, which is acyclic one. So these are some again different structures of monoterpene, whether it is acyclic or whether it is monocyclic, right? So you can see here different types of terpenes, like myrcene we have already studied, it is acyclic. Then ocimene, it is again acyclic monoterpene. Then citronellal, it is also again acyclic monoterpene. Then linalol we have already studied, it is acyclic monoterpene. Then just see the cyclic monoterpene, which are the different cyclic monoterpenes. The thymol is also cyclic monoterpene. Then carvone we have already discussed. Then philandrine is also monocyclic monoterpene. Then terpinolene is again a monocyclic monoterpene. So these are again important structures of monoterpenes, that is cyclic as well as monocyclic monoterpenes. So these are again different types of terpene, whether it is bicyclic, cyclic and monocyclic terpenes. We already discussed this example. Just for your better understanding, I have included these structures, right? So just remember the different structures of monoterpene, the cyclic monoterpenes, acyclic monoterpene, bicyclic monoterpenes. These are very much important as per your GPAT exam concern. Just see the biological source of different oils. So first is a eucalyptus oil. This is obtained from leaves of Eucalyptus globulus belonging to family Myrtaceae. Then chemical constituent already we have studied. This consists of monoterpene, that is cineol, which is also known as eucalyptol. Then second is lemongrass oil. It is obtained from leaves and aerial parts of Cymbopogon flexusus and Cymbopogon citratis belonging to family Gramineae. Consists of cis-citral, which is also known as neral. Then peppermint oil. This is obtained from flowering tops of Mentha piperita belonging to family Labiatae. Consists of L-menthol. Then spearmint. This is again obtained from leaves and flowering tops of Mentha spicata belonging to family Labiatae, which consist of caroone. Then caraway. These are the ripe fruits of Carum carvi belonging to family Umbelliferae. Consist of carvone and carbacrol. These are the two major chemical constituents in caraway. Then cardamom. These are the ripe fruits of Elateria cardamomum belonging to family Gingiberaceae. Basically chemical constituent is cineol, the common chemical constituent in eucalyptus and cardamom, that is cineol. Then just see the coriander. These are again the dried ripe fruits of Coriandrum sativum belonging to family Umbelliferae. So this coriander is also umbelliferous fruit. Consists of coriandrol, which is the D-linalol. We have already discussed the structure. Then fennel. Fennel again, these are the ripe fruits of Phoeniculum vulgare belonging to family Umbelliferae. Consist of anethole, which is responsible for sweet taste of fennel seeds, fruits, and fencone is the second chemical constituents. Then dill. Dill are again dried ripe fruits of Anethum graveolens belonging to family Umbelliferae, which consist of dill apiole as well as carvone as a chemical constituents. Then just see the next, lemon peel. These are the peel of Cortex lemonis belonging to family Rutaceae. It is citrus fruit, lemon, orange, both are citrus fruits, which have family common, that is Rutaceae family, and consist of limonene as a chemical constituent. Then orange peel, which is obtained from Citrus aurantium. Again the family is same, that is Rutaceae, and consist of hesperidin and oran rheumeric acid, and this oran rheumeric acid is a bitter glycosides. Then just see the nutmeg. These are the kernels of Myristica fragrans belonging to family Myristicaceae, and these major chemical constituents are myristicin, then illuminicin and saffron. These are the major chemical constituent in nutmeg. Next, Cassia cinnamon. These are the stem bark of Cinnamomum cassia belonging to family Lauraceae. The major chemical constituent is cinnamic aldehyde, and other constituents are coumarin and also contain mucilages. Next, the cinnamon, which are inner bark of shoot of Cinnamomum gelanicum belonging to family Lauraceae. The major chemical constituent is eugenol and cinnamic aldehyde. Then next, just see the anise, which are again ripe fruits of Pimpinella anisum belonging to family Umbelliferae, and the chemical constituent are anethole, cavicol and anisaldehyde. Next, the garlic, which are a dried bulb of Allium sativum belonging to family Liliaceae. So this garlic consists of allicin and allene, the sulfur containing constituent, that is allicin and allene. Next, the clove. These are the dried flower buds of Eugenia caryophyllus belonging to family Myrtaceae. The major chemical constituent is eugenol and also contain the tannins. Next, the sandalwood. The sandalwood, these are the hard wood obtained from Santalum album belonging to family Santalaceae. The major chemical constituent are santalol and santalal. The santalol is alcohol and santalal is aldehyde. You can easily remember based on the suffix. Next, the Acorus. Acorus, these are the rhizomes of Acorus calamus belonging to family Araceae. The chemical constituent are acaraldehyde and eugenol. Next, the Valerian. These are the roots, rhizomes and stolons of Valeriana wallichii belonging to family Valeriaceae. The chemical constituent are chitinine, valerian and valtrate. Then last is a crocus. These are the dried stigma and styles of Crocus sativus belonging to family Iridaceae. The chemical constituent are crocin and crocetine. Also contain protocrocin and picrocrocin as other chemical constituents. Thank you.